Hi everyone, Jacqueline Vasquez, CEO of Weddings Beautiful Worldwide. Thank you for joining us today on another webinar episode of Elevate Your Brand with Weddings Beautiful Worldwide. Today we're excited to be sharing a conversation in a three-part series that we had with one of our graduates and member, Janel Bailey Keene. She is the CEO and founder of Vivid Expressions. The conversation will entail everything from her journey, from training to her journey and setting her foundation to where she is today. So tune in and we hope that you're able to take away some important features that can help you in your business.
Janelle, I want to welcome you. I am so happy that you have been a part of Weddings Beautiful for many years. I've seen so many amazing things that you've done. So I first want to start with give me a little bit about just you and Jen and just in a nutshell and welcome.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's a joy and a pleasure to be here. Um, my journey into weddings and events has been long. I actually, my degree was actually in fine art, and I received my degree in the '90s. So yeah, I don't add the numbers here, but yeah, I've
I
been there.
know. I had a conversation the other day with someone. I'm like, yeah, it was in the da, da,
Yeah,
da, da.
yeah, exactly. And but I've been in business now for 16 years,
Hmm.
the last 16 years, and my company is Vivid Expressions, and we do event consulting, design, and production. I My formal title is executive creative director. I like to also say that I'm the principal designer and lead production head for every event we do. And of course, we focus mostly on weddings. That's the majority of what we do. And we're located here in Norfolk, Virginia, or coastal Virginia. If you know where Virginia Beach is, we're like literally
Hmm.
like just down the street. And my journey really started, like I said, my degree was in art, and I worked for a slew of different companies. I worked for museums. I worked for the Virginia Symphony for a while. I did
Hmm.
marketing. I did PR. I worked for a small animation studio doing PR and marketing for them. I worked for a telecommunications company doing training. I worked for
Wow.
yeah,
Okay. Just like I
yeah,
said, it keeps
all
going
over.
on.
It just keeps going and going. I even worked for the U.S. Air Force doing marketing.
Nice.
And some people, so at this point, people started to wonder, well, how did you get into weddings? And I'll say it's like a lot of us, not everybody, but I know there's a lot of us out there who get the wedding bug after we do our own wedding or we do somebody
Hmm.
else's that we love's wedding, and you just catch that feeling. And I get that bug after my own wedding, but my own wedding had a bit of a twist.
Hmm.
I got married in 2003, and at the time, I was working for a telecommunications company as a trainer for their tech division. And I thought, oh, we do holiday parties and company picnics all the time. How hard could a wedding be? Ooh. Well,
Total difference.
oh, I found out how hard it was. Oh, it's just being a bride, going through that process. It goes from fun to frustrating really
Mm,
quickly. But I was doing okay. I had the big fat binder, and I had sketches of
mm.
what the ceremony was going to look like, and sketches of what the rain site was going to look like in case it rained. And I put together. I mean, I went in full trainer mode, and I put together manuals for my bridesmaids. It's
Wow.
like
I
this
haven't
is what.
gotten to
Yeah,
that part
yeah.
yet.
It's like this is what a bridesmaid's responsibilities are. Da, 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 da. And we were doing okay until a week and a half before the wedding, and my mom calls and goes, "So, do you have a rain site?" And I'm thinking to myself, "Of course, we got this." I would never say that to my mom, by the way. I would never say that to my mom. But she was like, "Oh," I was like, "No, we're fine. I love you. We'll talk next week." And I hung up the phone and I checked the 10-day forecast, and at the time it was called Tropical Storm Isabel.
Mm,
Now, for anybody who is familiar with Virginia, in 2003, in September of 2003, we had Hurricane Isabel hit. And to date, it's still the worst hurricane to hit the region in like 20
Wow.
years.
Wow.
So if you can picture it, Hurricane Isabel hits on a Thursday, the Thursday before
Mm.
my wedding. And of course, the meteorologists say, oh, it's going to turn, it's not going to hit us, it'll be fine, yada, yada. And I'm an optimist. I'm like, oh, it'll be fine, and planning the wedding. Isabel hits on a Thursday, lights are out. I'm putting together 148 place cards shaped like chairs by
Wow.
candlelight. We don't even have batteries for the radio. We don't know what's going on. We
Wow.
got candles everywhere. And the next day, which is Friday, day before my wedding, it's a beautiful day as it is after every storm. And I
Hmm.
think to myself, okay, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We had no clue what was going on. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. The lights will come on any minute now. It'll be fine. And 8:20 in the morning, Norfolk Botanical Gardens in Norfolk, Virginia, which is where we were supposed to get married, call. And they say, the governor's issued a state of emergency. We've had severe flooding.
Mm.
Trees are turned over. We have no power. We cannot host your wedding. And
Wow.
I was okay. I would think I was more shocked than anything else, but I was okay. I
Hmm.
thought to myself, well, we'll get married in the backyard. We'll just get married in the backyard, and we'll have this wonderful reception at the hotel on the ocean front. Well, of course, the phone rings 10 minutes later, and it's the hotel, and they say, we've had severe flooding, and we have no power, and we can't cater if we wanted to, so we cannot host your wedding.
Wow.
And I broke down and ugly cried for
Oh
like
my
10
goodness.
minutes. 15 minutes. I was just a ball of emotions and tears on the
Mm.
floor. And something inside me said, no, no, you're getting married. You're getting married. And, at the time we lived in Chesapeake, Virginia. And I thought to myself, okay, the hospital's on Battlefield Boulevard. What is close by that might be on the same power grid as the hospital? Oh, there's a Walmart. So
Mm.
my then fiance, now husband, get in the car and we drive to Walmart. Everybody else is in the, getting canned food and water. And we're in the home and garden section getting vases and candles because we're going to make the backyard look beautiful because we're getting married. We buy a landline phone and we go home and we
Mm.
plug in the phone and we start doing the phone calls.
Calling everybody.
Bridesmaids, getting on the phone tree list and start calling people, calling people. And then this is when the miracles start to take place because right
Mm.
around then, Botanical Gardens call back and they
Mm.
say, okay, we're still close to the public, but we're going to see if we get a generator in the rain site in the old admin building. Are you interested? It's like, yes. And hung up the phone and started calling other people and letting them know. And then another hour or so goes by and Botanical Gardens calls back again. And they say, okay, we have a generator. It's in the rain site. You're more than welcome to use it, but we're going to try to see if we can clear out the garden that you wanted to get married in
Oh.
and have the tram take people from the parking lot to that location and back
Oh.
again. Are you
Awesome.
interested? I was like, yes. And I call. 2 more hours go by. The hotel on the oceanfront calls back. They say, okay, we're on the oceanfront. Half the strip has power, half the strip doesn't. We're on the side that has power. We're working on getting occupancy. We're clearing out the ballroom. 10 o'clock that night, the cake lady calls, lets me know she has power. 95% of our vendors come through,
Mm.
but it taught me so much. And it was one of those things where I had this huge moment of clarity. At the end of the day, I married my best friend.
Mm.
We've had going on 20 years. It'll be 20 years
Mm.
in 3 years, 2 years, 2.5 years. And we have a beautiful life and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful family. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for the
Mm.
time we had at our event, at our wedding. But it taught me that number one, a wedding is not like a company picnic.
Mm-mm.
There is no committee meetings 3 months later saying what we're going to do. What are we going to do better next year? No, it's a one-time shot, and it's
Mhm.
highly emotionally charged, and there's so many moving parts, and you have these visions and these ideas and these things that you truly truly desire and you want and you really dream for, and you're built. It's all building up, and at some point you have to, you realize that you don't know what you're doing. And a
Mhm.
lot of times, there's so many brides out there. I thought I knew. I thought I knew what I was doing. Hey, how hard
It's
can
like you have a binder, you have everything in order, you're
everything?
all set.
And this was before the internet, so
Right.
I think it's worse now because now it's information overload,
Mhm,
and you
mhm.
still have even more questions than you have answers. So, between that and, wondering, if there was something I could do to help somebody else not go through what I went through.
Yes.
If I had just had somebody there, I wanted to be a part of that.
Mhm.
And, clearly they could not have stopped a hurricane, but they could have taken the pressure off of me. They could have had resources I may not have, probably was not even aware of. And, I could have been more present on my
Mhm.
day of, and I could have been more able to enjoy things on my day of. I think one of the biggest regrets we have is the timeline situation, because my husband's parents, his mother passed away 5 years ago,
Mhm.
but his mother and father flew in from Missouri, and the videographer took us out to do some like goodbyes or whatever, some farewell messages or whatever. And that's when the DJ ended up playing the anniversary song from their
Oh
parents' wedding.
my
So,
goodness.
and they got on the floor and they danced, and everybody's telling me about it, but we totally missed
You
it,
missed
and the
it, yes,
videographer missed it.
yes. So
So
it's like you said, the timeline and
timeline,
understanding the flow.
huge, huge
Yes.
things that I wasn't aware of.
Mhm.
So if there was something I could do to help other people, I wanted to be a part of that. And another thing that I saw, and this is strictly from my perspective, is that I came from this background of art and design, but I didn't see the design process that I was used to being used in the events industry, and I wanted to kind of incorporate my skill sets into it, my
Mhm.
niche,
Mhm.
which has grown into my niche now, um, of doing art and design,
Right.
and bringing that into the process and creating a smoother process. So that's something else I kind of cultivated as a result. But it took me 3 years of really kind of figuring out whether or not I wanted to do it. And then when I started the process of launching the business, I
Mhm.
realized I needed more than just books and magazines.